Imagine walking into a store, swiping your credit card, and, within seconds, a stranger halfway across the world has access to your account. It might sound like a scene from a high-tech heist movie, but for years, this was a real and growing problem. Credit card fraud was rampant, and criminals found ways to clone and misuse stolen card details with ease. That's when the tiny chip in your credit card came to the rescue, introduced widely in the mid-2010s as a solution to this crisis. But how does this small, embedded piece of technology actually prevent fraud? Before chip technology, credit cards relied on magnetic strips, which contained all of the cardholder's information in a simple, unchanging format. When a card was swiped, the payment system read the data and processed the transaction. The problem? This information was easy to steal. Criminals could use simple devices called skimmers to capture the card's details and then create duplicate cards. These cloned cards worked just like the originals, allowing thieves to make purchases with someone else's money. Credit card companies knew they had to find a more secure solution, and that's where the EMV chip came in. Named after its developers, Europay, MasterCard, and Visa, this small chip transformed the way credit card transactions work. Unlike the magnetic strip, which stored static information that never changed, the EMV chip generates a unique, one-time code for every transaction. This code cannot be reused, copied, or predicted, making it virtually impossible for fraudsters to steal and duplicate card details. The secret behind this security is encryption. The chip itself contains a tiny processor that performs complex cryptographic calculations. When you insert your card, the chip and the payment system communicate securely, verifying that the transaction is legitimate without revealing sensitive card details. Even if a hacker were to intercept the transaction data, they would only see a random one-time code that is useless for future purchases. Unlike magnetic strips, which could be copied, chip transactions are uniquely encrypted, making fraud much more difficult. Not only does the chip protect against cloning, but it also helps prevent another common type of fraud, card-present fraud. This occurs when a criminal uses a stolen or counterfeit card to make purchases in person. Because the chip requires authentication through a PIN or a signature, it adds an extra layer of security that fraudsters can't easily bypass. This is one reason why many countries have moved to a chip and PIN system, where cardholders must enter a PIN to complete a transaction, making fraud even harder. Despite the success of chip technology in reducing in-person fraud, it doesn't eliminate all types of credit card fraud. Online fraud, where thieves use stolen card numbers for digital purchases, remains a challenge. Since chip technology doesn't come into play during online transactions, criminals can still exploit stolen card details. That's why banks and credit card companies have introduced additional security measures like two-factor authentication, tokenization, and virtual card numbers to protect against online fraud. Even with these challenges, the introduction of credit card chips has dramatically reduced fraud rates in physical stores. In places where chip cards have been widely adopted, counterfeit card fraud has dropped significantly. As payment technology continues to evolve, new security measures will emerge, making it even harder for criminals to exploit the system. But for now, the tiny chip in your credit card is one of the most powerful tools we have in the fight against fraud.
Got a question about how something really works? Drop it in the comments and we might cover your topic in our next video.